You had to know it was coming, guys, right? 100 Thieves fanboy, gotta react to all of the hate. I can tell you guys honestly, never seen this much backlash towards an esports organization and their merch drop that hasn't even dropped yet. Yes, I'm talking about 100 Thieves sometime this week. A new merch drop is on its way. Apparently not the cream hoodies and not the jerseys that they expected throughout this year. And I will say, I'll be honest with all of you guys, but it's gonna be a bit awkward for me because, coincidentally with this drop, I actually will be in LA and hopefully at 100 Thieves facility for this drop this weekend with a couple of my buddies. So as you guys can imagine, I'm in a bit of a precarious situation if I'm to show up at the facility and then say something in this video. What if anyone from the 100 Thieves team watches and hears me say something bad? You can imagine the awkward stance I'm currently in, guys. But it does not stop me from wanting to make this video because I'll say it, it's a bit not what I expected. I think a lot of us can agree it's not exactly up to par with their previous drops, at least on some people's standards. I will show you a lot of comments and feedback we have seen so far. I'm sure I'm showing you several screenshots. I could have gone on for hours and hours and hours, and I'll take this main take out there as well. I don't know fashion. I don't pretend to know fashion. Will this drop still sell as well as the others? That's the ultimate question when it comes time for the business side of things for 100 Thieves. If they still sell out, they're not going to worry about it. And on the other side of things as well, if you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. I'll be honest though, it's not my favorite drop I've seen from them, but it still could do just as well as all the others, and that's what matters. And my stance as well, I've talked a lot about esports logos and merch in the past, or at least a few times out there in both negative and positive lights. I'll give you guys a few examples for background before we get into the meat of today's video, that being other esports organizations directly going at 100 Thieves because albeit they hold 100 Thieves as a gigantic expectation when it comes to merch, which again, I think is fair stance. And so talking about a few other logos out there, when I talk about the Houston Outlaws from the Overwatch League, which by the way, I think is one of the coolest logos in all of esports, they have the two guns as part of their logo. That was still met with backlash, though, because given all the American shootings, unfortunately enough, over the past couple of years, 2 to 3 years, and stretch even further back, the gun choice, albeit very corresponding to their brand, has received a bit of backlash when it comes time for the Houston Outlaws, which we've talked about on this channel. I'll even go to Call of Duty League. Hector Rodriguez, I believe, had a hand in making the Chicago Huntsman logo, but instantly, people first thought, we were like, Huntsman, what does that have to do with Chicago or Call of Duty and Axes? It was a bit confusing. I will say it though, after a few short weeks, not based off their first thought, after a few short weeks, people are thinking, the logo's actually growing on me, and I think people are going to come from the same angle on this 100 Thieves merch. And now why I'm saying this is because Ocelot, I love this guy to death. He says just about anything he wants to. He has now remade the 100 Thieves merch drop with G2. Misfits has also done the same thing on top of that, and here's where I'm coming from. All right, you guys, of course, can leave your thoughts down below. I don't think it's the best merch drop 100 Thieves has had, but still, I think it will grow on me because, you know why? When I saw G2 and Misfits remake it, I thought, that actually looks kind of clean. And I might be the only one coming from this angle, but maybe because I myself in my head, I think G2 and Misfits both do merch very well, especially G2 as of late. All their jersey redesigns are super cool. I don't hold them to the expectations that I hold 100 Thieves. So all of a sudden, when I saw G2 and Misfits redo the 100 Thieves merch drop, I was like, maybe you guys should do this because it actually looks kind of clean. And again, maybe I'm the only one coming from the angle, guys, but I have to cover a first here, especially as a 100 Thieves fan myself and a fan of a lot of esports organizations. I have never before seen other esports orgs target another organization for their clothing and apparel drops. We are at a wild time in esports. You guys, as per usual, can leave your comments down below. What do you think about the upcoming 100 Thieves drop? And I guess end all be all will be how well it does sell, and I imagine it'll do just fine. 100 Thieves, if any of you employees are watching, maybe I'll see you this weekend. If you see me and recognize me, let's not be awkward. All right, until next time, take care of yourselves. Drink your coffee, drink your water. All right, bye.